Hello, everyone. Welcome to Progress Junior Golf. My name's Steve Jackson, and a happy new year to Aaron Cox.
Thank you, Steve. Hello, everyone. I hope people had a great Christmas and New Year, and looking forward to a big year of golf in 2026.
Now, just break it to us gently here, but you're in a slightly warmer climate than we are over here, aren't you?
I am in a warmer climate. I'm over in sunny Portugal. 15, 16 degrees sunshine, playing in a professional or pro-am this week. So, yes, enjoying the nice sunshine, mate.
Yes, that's it. Nothing like making this jealous. Right, now this is the first edition of the Progress Junior Golf Show in 2026, 73rd episode that we've done over the last 5 years. I think we've been doing this now. So, been some good shows over the years.
1 year for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you appeared on a few of them early in the early days as a special guest, but as a co-host, absolutely, yeah, full year. Right, now tonight we're going to be looking ahead to the coming year. So 2026 with Progress Junior Golf and the Ace Junior Golf Tour. Now, we've got an important announcement to make today, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. Good Australian term there for you, Aaron.
Absolutely, mate. Well done.
By the way, we are not allowed to talk about anything to do with cricket or the Ashes or anything like that because it's finished.
Yes,
it's finished.
Absolutely.
Yes. No, we're not. Definitely not.
Yes.
Right. Now, at the turn of the year on social media, we revealed that we're going to be running a European Junior Open in 2026. So we are going to do a big announcement about that today. We're going to talk about entries open today. So we're going to talk about that, what it's all about, how you can play in it, how you sign up for it, So the way we're going to do is we're going to do a 3 or 4 minutes, just a basic introduction of what it's all about, and then me and Aaron are going to go into a lot more details, not just about that event, but also we're going to touch upon some of the other things that we're going to be doing back in the UK as well, as far as events are concerned over the next 12 months or so. So, a lot to cover. Let's do a proper countdown now. Let's get that intro back on, and then we'll give you the big reveal. Okay, so we've got this year coming up then, the 2026 European Junior Open. So Progress Junior Golf and the Ace Junior Golf Tour are joined forces to organise a European Junior Open, and it takes place at Alhama Golf Resort in Murcia, Spain, in October half term. The tournament has a practice day on Monday, October the 26th. Then we have a round on each of the 3 days. So the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, October the 27th, 28th and 29th. Alhama Golf Course is a Jack Nicklaus designed course. It's one of his signature courses, one of the best golf courses in Spain. The event will be a qualifying competition for the prestigious Champion of Champions event. So this is the biggest invite-only international junior golf competition in the world. Players from over 30 countries take part at Lochern in Northern Ireland in July each year. So this will be a qualifier for July 2027. Now, who can play in the European Junior Open? Well, if you're European, you can play. And to be honest, we're not going to turn anyone away if you come from around the world to play in it as well. If you're a junior, you can play, obviously. So that means that you have to be under the age of 18 on January the 1st this year. And it's open. So it's an open competition to any boy or girl with a handicap. We have appropriate 18-hole and 9-hole competitions on each day for the golfers of the particular ability or age. So that's the way that the golf will work. You'll be staying in apartments at Alhama Golf Resort, all within walking distance of the golf course. And we've got packages which include self-catering, bed and breakfast, full board. The apartments can have 1 adult, 1 junior. We can have 2 adults, 1 junior. We can have 2 adults and 2 juniors. And with that particular package, if it's 2 juniors and one of them is a non-playing golfer, then there is a slight discount as well with that as well. So basically, it can be a family trip as well as a golf trip. So lots and lots of reasons to get involved. We've got a welcome pack for all the players. We've got some great prizes. mentioned earlier there, of course, the leading players, they'll get invites to the Champion of Champions, but we've got some great prizes throughout the entire tournament. And we'll be having some clinics with a professional golfer. Don't know where we're going to find one of those, Aaron, but I'm sure
I will be over there with you guys. So it's going to be a fantastic week, a fantastic golf course, I think, for kids that have never played internationally before. I think the location is brilliant. It's a great place for also the families to come as well. So October half term, it's going to be a brilliant week. Steve, myself, going to be running the event, and the fact that it's got an international blend and international flavour, being the Champions qualifier for 2027, just makes it all that much more exciting for the kids across the age groups. Under 19s, under 15s, under 13s. And then down to like under 10s and under 9s, so in those age categories. So going through those, we'll be able to go through all what's involved, who's going to be in what age groups, to then be able to qualify, and the stipulations to qualify for that champion spot.
And we'll have some surprises, I'm sure, during the trip as well, which will be lovely as well. As far as the rates are concerned, we've got some really good special rates as well. Discounted rates until early April, and starts from under £800 for an adult and a junior. That's for both of them as well. So pretty good deals, to say the least. To guarantee a space, then you've got to pay before April the 5th. You can put down a deposit. As long as you put down a deposit, that's fine. And then pay by April the 5th, then you get that discounted rate. And then to do that, then nice and simple, registration forms are on progressjuniorgolf.com and also acegolfacademy.com. And they're on the menu, the Junior Golf Tour menu. They're also going to be on the front page as well. So two different ways of getting involved and get yourselves into this event. So we really look forward to seeing you. I'm just going to put something up on the screen. So this is what it's all about. So we will be going into more details there. But as we mentioned, the European Junior Open, October the 27th to the 29th, the actual playing days there. But Al-Har Signature Golf Resort in Murcia. And I think it's going to be a fantastic trip. And we look forward to seeing you at that event, Aaron. It's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because it's a big thing.
It's a European event going over to Spain. I think we're going to get a lot of players from the UK, from Ireland, from Scotland, from Wales. But then I would really, I'm going to look forward to seeing a lot of the European kids play. Definitely from all around the areas, and obviously also around Spain. So it's going to be a great week. The weather's going to be great. It's a great way. I think it's really good position for this event is because October in the UK, season's just finished. A lot of golf clubs have just finished their golfing season, or the juniors have just finished their golfing season in early September when they go back to school. So this is a great way for just to extend that golf season just a little bit more, get a bit more golf out in the sun, but also a great way, I think, a great opportunity for the parents. If they didn't get a summer holiday, then this is the next best option or the next best opportunity.
Right. Okay. So we're going to, like I say, we're going to go into a lot more details about the event there. We'll show some photos of the golf course, give you a flavour of what's involved, what you're going to be going as well. So, right. Okay. Let's start off with the basics then, Aaron. Then, so European Junior Open. Then the organisers are Ace Golf Tour and Progress Junior Golf. So for those who aren't aware and don't know what the Ace Junior Golf Tour, the Ace Golf Academy is about, just explain what you do and how people can get involved with what you do.
Yeah, just quickly, I'm based up in Blackwell Grange, up
in Darlington in the northeast, in the Durham County, and in 2025 the Ace Junior Tour was created after great work from the Northern Junior Golf Tour, which expanded internationally events and national events. So the Junior Tour that I've created, the Ace Junior Tour, is predominantly based around Durham, around Teesside, Cleveland, and a little bit into North Yorkshire. 10 events in 2026, which is obviously I started in 2025 with only 5 events. So it's been a great double, but also as well, my Ace Junior Tour in the Northeast is also a qualifier. The whole Order of Merit season is a qualifier for the Champions of 2027, like it was last year. So this year in 2026 in July, I've got the 6 Order of Merit winners of my tour that are going to Ireland. And obviously I've got my academy, which is obviously where the Ace junior tour came from. The Ace Golf Academy here at Blackwell Grange. I've got 98 to 100 kids per week in classes, teaching them all about the game, but also then my elite programs in all my handicap kids, and then all my single-figure county players that I teach. So it's all about the junior golf and kind of creating a big competition niche in the northeast around Durham and around Newcastle, between Leeds and Newcastle. So 2025 was a great starter. 2026 is going to be a great second year, and being able to do this with Progress Junior Golf and the work that I'm doing now with you, Steve, it's only going to help make junior golf more affordable, but more opportunities, more playing down the Midlands. And if you go up to the north, then you can drop in and come and play an event in mine, and all my juniors that are playing up in the north will head down south and play in a Progress Junior Golf event. So it's all about giving more opportunities to kids, but also opening their horizons and experiences. That's the biggest key. And if they can do it with their family, and also then have opportunities to get to Ireland, now play the European Open. I've got my Turkish Junior Open in literally
hold fire on that. Hold fire on that. We'll talk more about that. But yes,
plenty of opportunities
for golf in 2026 moving forward.
Yeah, right. So obviously yours is northeast of England. The events to which Progress Junior Golf run, or we help clubs run, and the Midlands. So generally speaking, they're in Warwickshire, Worcestershire, Staffordshire, Leicestershire, Northamptonshire. So around about the Birmingham area of the country. Been doing it for 4 or 5 years, and in Warwickshire we run the Spring Series or the Spring Masters Series. We're in the Summer Masters Series, and also running other events in different counties as well, and making those qualifiers for the Champion of Champions as well. And this last year as well, 2025 has just gone, we started running what's called the Wonder Series as well, which is aimed at younger kids, ones who have, perhaps just done coaching. I'm sure you have the same with yourself, whereby haven't quite got a handicap yet, aren't quite ready to perhaps play in competitions yet, or at least they don't feel as if they are. So therefore, we give them the opportunity to play in some events and give them the experience of knowing what a competition feels like, get them off handicap qualifying tees and give them the opportunity to develop. And then eventually they will then be playing in the Spring Series and the Spring Masters and the Summer Masters and getting themselves into more and more competition. So very similar in the sense that we do it locally in the Midlands, you do it locally in the Northeast. We're looking obviously to work in different areas of the countries as well. So it's local, but we are doing international events as well. And you mentioned there Turkey and Turkey. So just explain more about that then, because that was kind of like the bit of the I don't know, the eye opener, if you like, of why don't we do something in October as well? So just explain what's going on in Turkey in March.
Yeah, sure. So I created the
Ace Turkish Junior Open, which will be from the 6th to the 11th of March. So far, I've got 15 juniors that have entered, and we're going to be playing that event over there at Cornelia Diamond over in Bellick. So it's going to be a wonderful location for the kids. I mean, there's a water park attached to the hotel. Whether they get out there in March and actually get into the splashing around in the pools, we'll see some hardy UK kids doing that. They won't be doing for me, but I will happily watch them from the side. But there's the golf that is going to be fantastic. I've got 9 holes. I've got non-handicap kids playing 9 holes over 3 rounds, plus a practice round. And then I have a number of 18-hole kids, handicap kids, playing 54 holes Stableford over the 3 rounds. So 4 rounds of golf in total, 5 nights, 4 rounds to Turkey. So that's been a great start, which then, as you did say, Steve, it kind of alluded to the start of, well, could we do something else? Which then led us to exactly what we're announcing tonight, the European Open in October for this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can continue an event or 2 events, international events each year in half terms, one at the start of the year and one at the end of the year.
Right, so let's talk about the European Junior Open then. So this is what we're talking about. So the European Junior Open, October the 27th to 28th is the date. Al Harma Signature Golf Resort in Mercia then. So let's get a few photos. Let's have a look at see what the golf course looks like. We'll just briefly go through these photos because we've got a lot more to talk about here. So this gives you a bit of a flavour about what Al Harma looks like. But there is one question which we need to cover first of all, and that's a very simple one: is where is Mercia? I don't know. Have you ever been there, Aaron?
I personally haven't. No,
I've flown into Alicante many times and played golf around Alicante and around them at the back of Benidorm doing my coaching trips, but never been to Mercia. Been highly recommended though.
Okay, so just for those who are a little unfamiliar with Spain and how it is, so Mercia, as you can see there, tends to be on the southeast side of Spain. Alicante, there, as you mentioned, Aaron, is just slightly above it. If you're talking about airports, then where the golf course is to the southwest of Mercia. It's actually very close to Mercia Airport. But Mercia Airport, although it's a good international airport, there aren't actually any flight direct from the UK airport. So as you mentioned, the Alicante Airport is probably the better airport to fly in and out of. I think almost every UK airport flies into Mercia, and it's only just over an hour away. So and also international airports as well go in and out of Alicante as well. So we'll obviously talk more about the specifics of how the schedule will work during the week. But what we will say is that if we can get those flight times well in advance when we get the bookings in, then we'll hopefully work on trying to get some airport transfers sorted so we know. So we can get the people to the resort there. So right. So we mentioned earlier it's a Jack Nicklaus course. So it's a Jack Nicklaus signature golf course. But it's a simple question for you. It's one of the best golf courses in Spain. It's top 10 in the region, top 50 in all of Spain. But a simple question, Aaron: who is Jack Nicklaus? Because there's going to be some junior golfers there who are watching this and going to go, wait, is he a course designer? Is he some journalist? Is he who is this Jack Nicklaus guy? Explain.
Jack Nicklaus. Well,
It's pretty much the player, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I would probably say in over a broad spectrum of years of golf, over decades and decades of over half a century. 18 majors, which I don't think anyone's really ever going to get close to. Tiger got close to with 15. But he was an advocate of golf, I think, in general. But in his later years, he moved to course design, and obviously the Nicklaus Golf Course Designing Company has done many countless courses around the world, including Portugal as well. Obviously with Monterey. But this golf course it's
very special. I haven't been there personally
myself, but the research I've done. It's not overly a long golf course, but
the fine details is what's going to make this event
so
memorable. I think not only for the kids playing, but also the parents
being able to
walk the fairways. I think the views are going to be absolutely stunning. The rolling sand
dunes, the rolling, just the vistas that you're going to gain around, and the photos you're going to get from this kind of venue. It's something to really be. It's put in the memory bank really forever. Yeah. I was very. I mean, I wasn't a young kid when I got to play signature golf courses. So, the opportunity for these young kids to be able to play a Jack Nicklaus, the best golfer of the whole last 100 years. Truly special.
Let me show you the photo as well, because a friend of mine called Ryan Evans, who played at a very, very high level, played on the European Tour, played the US Open, played at the Open Championship on a couple of occasions as well. He was out in America during the I think during the spring or the winter, just having some practice out there, and had the opportunity to meet Jack. When I say he met Jack, he went to his house. He was shown around his house, and Ryan said to me, this was 4 years ago this happened. Ryan said to me, it was almost as if it was his best friend. He as as he was drove down as you can imagine, probably a long drive to get to the front of his house. He was waiting outside the front of the house and was waving at him as he arrived, kind of thing. Showed him around the house, obviously showed him the trophy cabinets, as you can see there. But couldn't have been more friendly, and someone who, an absolute legend of the game, as you mentioned there, probably the greatest of all time, but also one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet as well. I know. Yeah, absolutely. You see, so, and also I've played a few of his golf courses as well. You mentioned Monterey. Played Monterey. I've also played a golf course called Bears Best over in Las Vegas, and Bears Best is because for people who aren't aware, Jack Nicklaus was nicknamed was the Golden Bear, and his I think his design company was Golden Bears Designs or something like that. So Bears Best was 18 replica holes of the best holes of golf courses he had designed around the world.
That would have been magic.
Yeah. So the golf course was in Las Vegas. Some of the holes were like as if they were in Hawaii. So you had a hole, you'd have a normal hole for argument's sake, and then the next hole you'd have black sand because it was in Hawaii apparently. So I mean I suppose typical Vegas, in the sense of but wow, what an experience there playing that golf. And I remember I vividly remember playing the 18th hole. I remember standing on the tee and thinking, I played this on the computer. This is easy. This you just knock it down the middle, spank it on, and then knock it in from 5 feet for a nice little birdie. And I think I put 3 in the water or something like that. But anyway, there you go. So anyway, that's my experience of playing Jack Nicklaus golf courses, and obviously the experience of my friend Ryan who got the opportunity to see him then. So right, let's talk about the event then. So October half term, as you mentioned there. So the idea being is the fact that we're going to be getting people coming out there on Sunday, October the 25th. If they want to arrive a day early, not a problem at all. We can. I think you might have to pay a little small extra fee just to stay the extra night, but we've managed to sort out with the apartments the fact that they are available on that extra day. So if you want to go out there a day, it gives you an opportunity to acclimatise. If you arrive on the Sunday, great still. We'll do a welcome presentation in the evening, just explain what goes on for the rest of the week. And then it all really starts on the Monday. Now, you as a professional golfer can explain a little bit more about this, but your practice day on the Monday, how do you treat a practice day? And what could the juniors learn about what they should be doing on that day?
Practice days are all about just taking in your scenes of taking in the holes, taking mental pictures of how the course plays, the conditions of the golf course in, the greens, how slopey the greens are, where pin. Obviously, when we get out there, because it's a resort style, the pins on the practice day will probably be the same pins for the whole entire week. So the good thing is the kids can actually see exactly where the flags are and where the pins will be on that practice day. But also they can do yages. Obviously, we might find different ways of how the kids will do it. But our older kids, your kids from about 13, 14 onwards, they'll probably start taking notes. They'll probably get their lasers out and start working out how far to tee off to bunkers and then what they need to carry or chew it or bounce and roll out. This is what the pros do on the tour when they are having practice rounds. They're taking in positional plays and what clubs to hit off the tees, and then where's the good miss. So if you hit a bad shot into the green, what's the good side to miss it on? You don't want to short sight yourself. So it's just obviously as well enjoying the fact that it's your first game of golf internationally, and potentially for these kids will be their first flight internationally. So it is a lot to take in. I think the excitement and the nerves will be there, but it's a great way just to go out and have a bit of fun, play a game of golf, get your ball strike and get your swing down pat, and then start looking at how you want to start playing the event, obviously the next day on round one. But have a plan in your head of how you want to do it.
Now, we also have mentioned as well is obviously we've got players who are going to be playing 18 holes in each day. We've also got players who are going to be playing 9 holes in each day. And one of the things which we have worked with the golf club is the fact that those 9 holers will be playing some days they'll be playing the front 9, some days they'll be playing the back 9. So what we've deliberately made sure is for on that practice day is the fact that they get the opportunity to play the full 18 holes as well. So it gives them the opportunity to see both 9. So it's not as if when suddenly they get to the second or third day and they get to play the back 9, they've not even seen it before, you see. So we give them the opportunity to play both nines as well. Also, as far as the tee times are concerned for this event as well, very, very good tee times. So just to give you an idea, on the Monday for the practice day, between 8 o'clock onwards, 8 to 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, depending on how many players we have. Tuesday from 8:30, Wednesday from 8 o'clock again, and Thursday we're going to give them a bit of a lie-in on Thursday. We've got 9:50 onwards on the Thursday. We might come to something about that a bit later on, but we might have a little surprise for them on the Wednesday evening. In which case, then, so that's the reason why we might give them a bit of a lie-in, because we might have something
up our sleeve.
Absolutely, yes, Steve. That's it. Yes. So we're working on that, shall we say? Now you mentioned about obviously the players and looking at the golf course. We might also change the tees a little bit. Perhaps move them, play the white tees one day, perhaps move them onto the yellow. So. You must have faced that whereby you've played on a hole one day in a tournament. You might even have this week. I don't know if you're playing the same course every day this week with the Prime, but they might move the tee forward 50 yards, and then suddenly it's a completely different hole from what it was the day before.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, a great example of that, if you do, obviously all the kids who are watching this, the DP World Tour, and they play at Jumeirah, the last hole, that 18th. There's 2 of the days where, this year, just last in November, they had the tee back on the first day. They pushed it all the way back, and it played nearly 600 yards. The next 3 days, they brought it up over 50 yards, which allowed the guys to actually hit their tee shots up the right side of the creek. So the course that we've got over in Murcia, on one of the days, the tees might be back, and then the next day that tee might be moving forward. Now that's going to bring in cross bunkers, fairway bunkers, water hazards. So you kind of have to maybe when the kids are out there on the practice round, taking a note as well, just in case. Oh, okay, there's a spare tee there in front, 20 yards closer. Okay, the tee might move forward. So it's making sure that they cross every T, dot every I, so they can not be surprised if something does happen.
Let's have a look at a few more photos of the golf course. Then we showed a few earlier. Let's talk while we're looking in. Just give us your impression of what you're seeing with the kind of golf course that people are going to be facing as they're out there, Aaron.
You're going to be looking at undulations. You're looking at level changes, height changes, uphill shots, downhill shots. When you're hitting uphill, it's going to play possibly a club longer. Downhill, it's going to take off a club. So obviously large greens, undulating greens, and then as you can see by that photo, massive. So it's going to be really, really important there. There's a great green for you there. There's about 3 or 4 different levels on that green. And then if you see off the green there on the left side of the picture there, you've got a massive swale. Then you look down to the right, and it takes you all the way down to those bunkers. So this is going to be really, there's a great aerial view as well. So you can see that obviously the golf course isn't high on tree numbers, but what it does miss with the trees, you bring the sand in off the rough and the dune, the sand dunes. But look at those, Matt, that beautiful views.
What about the wasteland as well? Because that's something which people wouldn't face in the UK, would it?
No, so the wasteland areas, obviously you can ground your club in those wasteland areas. So it doesn't play like a bunker, but if you get anywhere near those tufts of grass, if you've got access to the back of the ball, you can try and muscle it out, but 9 times out of 10, you're taking a penalty drop away from those tufts of grass. But those rolling dunes, they're just absolutely beautiful, Steve, aren't they? Absolutely stunning.
Now you mentioned about the bunkers there and the size of the bunkers. I mean, how about this for a photo? This is one of my favourite photos.
Oh yeah, and that's 3 bunkers.
Yes.
3 bunkers right in front, and then you got
a very small one to the right, and then you got the big one. That's these that front bunker that goes in like a letter S would be about 6 or 7 bunkers in the UK, whereas that's just one.
Now, obviously, you can see in the far distance there's some water. There is some water on this golf course as well. So obviously, there's issues whereby you might get a little bit wet as you're going around as well. There's obviously there's another one there. So there are a lot of water hazards out there. So there are different factors which are going to come into this round of golf. I mean, I hope you're not going to clear that big water there to hit that green on the bottom left there.
No,
absolutely, yeah. No, it's going to be very, very cool, and look, I really do hope that we get a lot of kids that from around the world, from around Europe. But it'd be a great chance for the kids in the UK to finish off the season with an opportunity for the kids who didn't say qualify for 2027 through the Ping Tours, Rubber Rock Tours, all the tours around the country to get that champions. This could be a great last opportunity to get in before it's all announced in November for 2027.
Yeah, so we will talk about that now then. So just to give those people who aren't aware of the Champion of Champions, we'll go into a lot more detail and talk of exactly what that's about. But to give you the timings for that, obviously our event is the end of October. The actual invites and when you enter into that event is the end of November. So the likelihood is this may well be the very last opportunity for anyone in theory, even in the world, absolutely, to get themselves an invite to get into that competition, you see. So let's explain what the Champion of Champions is about. I've been out there for the last couple of years. You were out there as well the last 2 years as well. So just explain what it's all about. I've got some photos as well while you're explaining it. So
So the Champion Champions
is a world event which brings in all the best players and the best junior golfers of all ages, all up to under 19s from around the world. These players qualify on their respectable junior tours around the world. And then those winners, and these different tours have different ways of how they qualify, whether it's a one-day qualification or an order of merit over a full season. But all of these kids have won their respective tour events and tours. So they are the best players in the world in their junior golf from their countries. And then they represent their country over a 3-day, 54-hole medal event at Lochern. You play the Castle Hume and the Faldo, which obviously this year they're playing in 2026, the Castle Hume, and then 2 rounds on the Faldo. But obviously the Faldo is Sir Nick Faldo. The golf course was designed by himself. That's the 18th green next to the clubhouse. So it brings together all the kids from under 19s to under 15s, under 13s, under 11s, I believe. And then there's actually even a few 9-hole ages, like under 9s, under 7s, or 7, 8s, 9s, 10s, age groups for 9 holes. So
handicapped kids and non-handicapped kids in the champions
have made their way over to the champions, or have made their way over because it is a medal event. So it's single stroke. So there's no net. It's just literally the gross scores over the 3 rounds.
There are for particularly for the event in 2027, for when we get round to our qualifier for that, is there will be handicap a criteria for the lower handicappers, for the older players. For the boys and the girls and the under 19s, I think you have to be a specific handicap to qualify for that. So obviously there are some more criteria once the older you get. But as you mentioned there, it's all about growth. So it's about trying to get yourself into that field. So
and obviously all those stipulations
are all set by the champions over in Ireland. So no doubt, like once we obviously get all the information up on our websites about the event, we will put the information up of who can, like what the stipulations of their regulations that we have to follow as a tour and a tour organisers of a world event. So we will make sure we put that in black and white for everyone to see, so they don't have any. So we make sure everyone knows exactly who and who can't potentially qualify.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, I think pretty much everyone can qualify, but yes, exactly. We'll make sure that we know for certain well in advance. Right, let's talk about the apartments then at Al Hara. Then obviously we've not seen them, so actually a lot of the photos I'm going to show you here are ones which I've kind of like nicked off the internet. So if anyone wants to do me for stealing images, then go for it, kind of thing. But it just gives you a bit of a flavour about what you're going to be dealing with when you get there. So the apartments are right next to the golf course. So in fact, if we're good to go back a photo, because there was the photo, the over shot photos, as you can see there. Yeah. So my guessing is on the left hand side there, and behind, almost in an arc, that's where the apartments are. So obviously they're very, very close to the golf course. Won't be particularly far for anyone to walk to get there. And like I said, the apartments will be 1-2 bedrooms, so you'll have obviously the opportunity whereby you can sit on the balcony, and sit down, because we're doing self-catering, and also bed and breakfast or full board. So obviously you can cook for yourself, bedrooms of course as well, and of course a swimming pool as well. So, or plenty of swimming pools. So plenty of things which this is a golf trip. Let's not beat about the bush. It is, but it's also an opportunity for the family to have a really good trip away. So therefore there'll be opportunities whereby even if you've got a family of 4, one of them's going off and playing golf, then the other 3 can still enjoy themselves, and that's the key, isn't it, as well, to make a bit of a family trip for everyone involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
it's a great way for the family, but as we did say with the booking and being able to get everyone there, if the parents do want to bring along obviously non-playing other siblings, then it's very easy to bring them along as well. It'd be great for them to come and watch their other sibling play in the tournament. But as well, it's a great opportunity if a family's got 2 golfing kids, then this is an even better chance for them to play some golf as well. So it's going to be a great opportunity for everyone to go, and it's a big thing for adults as well. When you are making the booking, you can put down, obviously, you got your names of the adults, how many adults are going, how many juniors are going, which is obviously under 18. But there's also an opportunity if there's a junior that's going that isn't playing, then that's also on the form as well. You can make it clear for us that yes, there's 2 juniors coming, but there's only 1 playing. So it makes it nice and easy on the booking form, which is, I'm looking at it right now on progressjuniorgolf.com.
Right. Now, we mentioned earlier as well that you will be doing some golf clinics as well. So what kind of stuff will you be doing? I'm guessing with by the looks of the size of the bunkers there, you might all be doing a bunker session at some point.
Look, I'll definitely be doing some short game
stuff for the kids. Obviously, they're over there playing a tournament. You don't want to try and do too much with, say, long stuff in their swings, but I'm going to be over there definitely helping out anyone that wants to come down, even the parents. No doubt that they'll probably come down and try and get a few tips, but do some short games, some chipping and some putting and some bunker play, give the kids some more ideas about how they can improve their shots around the greens. They're scoring shots around the greens.
All right. We'll just finally then. So you mentioned about the form on the website there. So it's a pretty straightforward form. You obviously just put your name in there, the names of the juniors, dates of birth, WHS number, handicap, home club. So basically all the information which we need. There's the opportunity whereby you can pay a deposit now, which is a very small deposit, and then pay the full amount. Like I said, before April the 5th. If you do it before April the 5th, then you get it at the discounted rate. And then obviously if it's after April the 5th, then obviously it's not at the discounted rate. But obviously I think it's always one of those situations. But if you get your name down now, then obviously you can guarantee yourself you're in the field. You've got that opportunity to play in the competition. So we'll certainly recommend that get your name down as soon as you possibly can, because we think this is going to sell out pretty quickly. So hopefully it'll be a really, really special event for everyone concerned. Right, just finally then, Aaron, we're going to do this pretty quickly, but just to give us an indication of what else you're going to be doing with the Ace Tour. You mentioned you've got 10 events and the grand final during the year. Anyone who wants to play in any of those events, I know you pretty much will up to half full for most of those competitions already, so they're going quickly. But just if you can briefly off the top of your head, where are you playing? When can they get involved?
Absolutely. So the Ace Junior Tour
around Durham, Teesside, Cleveland, and North Yorkshire. The first event will be Billingham Golf Club in April. So April the 6th, which is actually Easter Monday. We're going to kick off the year. And then on the 7th, the Tuesday, we're going to be at Learside. And then on the Thursday that week, we're going to be at Bishop Auckland. So the 10 events for the year, we're going to knock over 3 in the first week of
April school holidays.
And then once we move into May, we play rounds 4 and 5, Teesside and Saltburn. And then we move into July, where we play the last 4 events from we've got Catterick, Barnard Castle, Richmond and Cleveland to finish off the season. And then on the 31st of August, we will play our grand final at Blackwell Grange. The day before you head back, everyone heads back to school, just in time for about 8 weeks, and then we can all get ready and get excited for the October school holidays.
Yeah. So myself then, down in the Midlands, then I've got a night golf competition coming up at the end of January, so I'm hoping and praying that the weather's going to get just a little bit warmer, please. So we're not too cold when we're playing that. And then very similar with yourself, Aaron, we start really in full steam ahead as soon as we get into the end of March, Easter. Most of the events are very similar to yourselves in the sense that they're individual events, but we've actually got a pairs event at Forest of Ardent on the championship course there. So that's a really good opportunity for kids to play around the golf together. If you might be a case of a higher handicap plays with a lower handicap, gives them the opportunity to see what a really good player can do around a top quality golf course. And then we've got various events during the year, during the spring series, and then during the summer, mainly during the summer holidays, as you can appreciate. Some big names though getting involved with some of those events. Paul Broadhurst is sponsoring one of the events, so former Ryder Cup player. And also the Wonder Series, which was mentioned a little earlier, whereby for players who are just getting into the game, so giving them the opportunity to get themselves a handicap. So plenty of opportunities to play golf in the UK, and then all building up to a couple of big events towards the back end of the year, and then the real big one, the one in October, whereby we're going to go to our home in Spain, and we're going to have a fantastic time. So yeah, it's going to be another special year.
So if there's any questions, anyone that's
watching, anyone wants any more information, please feel free to reach out to both Steve and myself. The entry form is now live on progressjuniorgolf.com. You can go on there, you can secure your spot, you can pay your deposits, and get that all sorted. Get your spot secure for the kids to get themselves a potential spot to the championship, but also to try and win the first 2026 or the first European Junior Open held by us. So it is now officially live. We are taking entries.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks very much for joining us, Aaron. I hope everything goes well with your program over the next few days. We look forward to seeing your prize in the next podcast, which we think, for those who look forward to the podcast, we think we're going to try and do one while we're out in Turkey, or certainly on the back of what happens out in Turkey. So that will be early in March, and obviously we'll then be looking ahead to the golf season in a lot more detail. But thanks very much for joining us this evening, and we shall see you very soon. Don't forget to sign up for that European Junior Open. It's going to be huge. Thanks a lot.
Hey guys, thank you.